Oh, it is a fantastic Monday. Why? Because we have got so much, I called it a sporting Gatsby to try to chew through this morning. So much history being made on so many different fronts. Obviously, we know Tiger Woods winning his 5th green jacket, so we're going to talk about golf. No, we're not going to talk about golf. We're going to talk about Formula One. Ciro joins us again to try and wrap our head around the most unbelievable Formula One season, and we're only a few races into it, and it's already throwing up the drama of not just a legendary career, one man who I think is now starting to put his hand up as one of the greatest drivers ever. And I know it's going to be very difficult when you've got Schumacher's name up there, but Lewis Hamilton is starting to stake a claim, but of course took the Chinese Grand Prix. Drama at Ferrari. What is going on there? But let's start with this man. He is a legend.
Yeah.
Is he a legend already? Is he a legend in the making? How do you feel about this guy? Because you were kind of like, I know he's amazing at the beginning of the season, but dude.
I kind of feel sorry for Hamilton in a way because, you know...
You're the only person on the planet.
He was sitting on 4 world championships and there was this feeling that people weren't really taking him seriously. Then he wins 5 to tie the 2nd greatest driver of all time, Juan Miguel Fangio, and only 2 behind Schumacher, who is still, you know, statistically the greatest, at least, of all time. And now everyone's like, oh, actually, he's pretty good, this guy, you know? 5 world championships it took to prove himself. But anyway, now he's there. And I think one of the reasons why people perhaps don't see him as a sort of traditional athlete is that he's managed to turn his sporting fame into global fame.
Yeah, he's a
and
celebrity.
And perhaps that detracts a little bit from what he can do on the track. But the reality is, this is one of the best drivers of all time, full stop. And he proved that again in China. He was 2nd. He did qualify 2nd to his teammate, Bottas, but leaped him at the front, and that was that.
Yeah, he didn't need his team to swap those positions around. And, let's talk about the elephant in the room.
Sure.
It's beautiful sights there. Most notably, the Ferraris just behind the Mercedes. What is going on there? Is it a case of people just didn't understand how good Charles Leclerc really is? What happened within... Is this going to be a major split, a problem for Ferrari moving forward?
So, team orders again. Leclerc running 3rd, Vettel behind him. About the 9th lap, Ferrari comes on the radio and says, Charles, please move over, let Vettel through. Vettel goes through and starts losing time. And then 2 words Charles said on the radio, which I think are going to become very famous. He said, now what? Because now he's stuck behind his teammate and he says to his team, what do you want me to do now? I'm faster than him, you know, but he's been told to stay behind. Very controversial. In Ferrari's defense at the beginning of the series, beginning of the season, they did say in 50-50 situations, we're going to favor Vettel. Vettel's a 4-time world champion. You can't blame them. In comes this 21-year-old, making everyone in the world feel like an underachiever, particularly me.
Yeah, yes.
And he's consistently faster than his teammate. And it's causing a major headache for Ferrari.
Do you think they're going to shift and eventually say, OK, well, let's just let him run through? Because ultimately the team has to come first at some point.
That's the thing. I think at some point Ferrari's going to realize, right, team orders is not equaling points right now. You know, we got to take the points. They're chasing Mercedes hard. So, yeah, Leclerc is giving them a serious headache. I think if he keeps performing like this, I actually think they're going to have to switch. He just looks like the faster driver. Vettel keeps making a lot of mistakes.
Yeah, and all due respect to Vettel as well. He's a champion in his own right.
So, 4-time champion.
So the unhealthy competition in Ferrari to the very healthy competition in Mercedes. Do you think Bottas can beat Hamilton this year? How do you see that little internal drama playing out?
Such a tricky one. You know, I think out on the track, they're very evenly matched. I mean, Bottas pipped Hamilton to the pole by 0.02 of a second this weekend. So they are unbelievably close. But I think that Hamilton's game is mental. If Bottas can get into his head a little bit, the way Nico Rosberg did a few years ago and win the championship, I think he has a chance. However, when Hamilton is on his game, he's a very difficult man to beat.
So what you're saying, this war is going to be won on Twitter, Instagram. Just get into his head, get into his social media space. Buddy, thank you so much.
Thank you.
If this is what the Formula One season is going to keep throwing up, it is going to be one of the best, and we know one of the longest seasons we have seen, but so far, bragging rights belonging to Lewis Hamilton.